Okay, so this project originated actually from pictures that I saw of England, and actually a contact with my cousin there, and she remarked on how they had been planting the roadsides there in England with pollinator plants and wildflowers, and this had become quite a common thing to do in the UK. And so then I started looking around and realized that along the expressways here, there are large areas that are at the moment just mowed, and so they don't really provide anything for pollinators or wildlife. So I thought, yeah, so I'm talking about the on-ramps and the off-ramps of the expressways, where you get these sort of triangular sections, but also there are large roadside edges along, for example, the 8 to Stratford, which are just, as I said, mowed at the moment. And so the potential of planting these with pollinators to create habitats is really significant. There's a very large acreage that could be gained, and we could gain back a lot of habitat that we've sort of effectively taken away with all the development that we've done and still are doing. And that's one advantage. It's also, I think, more beautiful than just mowing them. An example here, this sort of thing along the edges of our roadsides is, I think, so much more attractive than just mowing grass. And there are other advantages as well, in that it helps water retention. And of course, there may be a cost saving and certainly a gas saving if you're not mowing so frequently. So I don't know exactly how often they mow these roadsides, but several times a year. Whereas with a pollinated garden like this, probably once per year is recommended. So that's our goal, is for this to become the usual way of maintaining these roadsides. But what we're doing right immediately now is a pilot project on a regional road in Kitchener, where we're going to be planting some pollinator plants this fall, we hope. That's what we're intending to do. And the place that we're going to be doing this is along Fisher Holman, just by the intersection with Glasgow. And there's quite a sort of good section there that's free of utilities, and at the moment is just grass. So we're going to be collecting seeds and also plants of certain plants. We're going to create a list of plants that are mostly native. We want to make it mostly native plants because they are more beneficial for pollinators than introduced plants. So Waterloo Gardeners has supported us from a very early stage of this project, right in December, I think. So we're really glad to get that support. And the Waterloo Region Nature is the main lead on this project, together with support from the region of Waterloo. So I don't know if you have any questions.
That sounds absolutely amazing. So where can people find out more? Where can they get the list?
Okay, so the best place to look is at the website of Waterloo Region Nature. So if you just Google Waterloo Region Nature and then look at their conservation heading under conservation, there's a little description there and a contact information, so you can contact through the Waterloo Region Nature. And then we can, once we've got the final list together of the plants we're looking for, we can send that to anybody who sends in their email address or other contact information. What we're going to be doing, we hope in the next couple of weeks, is doing some soil samples so that we can, decide on the optimum plants that will thrive best there.
Now, will you only be taking seed, or will you be taking plant donations as well?
Plants as well. If people have small plants, that can be potted up, we'd be very grateful for them as well.
Oh, fantastic.
And actually, there may be opportunities to volunteer in helping with the actual planting when we come to do that. And then there'll be a certain amount of maintenance. So we will expect to do maintenance for the first year, I think, and then after that we hope that the city will sort of take it on and do that.
And how will this project be funded?
Well, we do have funding through the Region of Waterloo Community Environmental Fund. So that certainly will be very helpful in, in some of the expenses that we will have to incur. But it is very much a community project with volunteers from the community taking part.
Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a pleasure, and thank you for inviting me to give an interview.